So this is part two to my creation story, and this is my version of things. So where we left off was she had the muskrats swim down to the bottom of the water and bring up mud from the bottom of the water to plant on the back of this turtle because it was a water world, right? And I suppose this is before the sun and the moon, and it's just a water world with water animals, muskrat, water serpents, turtle, right? So when she fell, she grabbed some roots and she planted that mud and that root on the back of this turtle, and she escanye. Check my playlist, I got escanye songs. She did that counterclockwise and that turtle began to grow. Now, I like to think Turtle Island was Pangea, and here's a picture of that. Anyway, so she gives birth to her daughter because she was pregnant, and this daughter grew very quickly within a matter of hours to days. This story is being told generation to generation, verbally, orally. Anything that we had that was a written language was going to be on our wampum box. We had a system of how we pass messages through the beadwork on wampum belts, and that's how we keep history. But the story, the creation story, goes that she gave birth to her daughter, and her daughter grew up very quickly in this world. This on this back of the turtle got bigger and bigger for them, and her daughter had a dream of a man that placed arrows on her stomach, and she awoke to a pregnant stomach with these arrows on her stomach, and she began to give birth to to these boys, right? So the boy came out the right way. The first child came out, and the second child bit his way out through the armpit. This is just what they say, right? So he ended up killing his mother through childbirth, and now this is where it's close to the Mayans, because the Mayans and the Anunnaki have a story of twins, of good and evil, hero twins, star twins, the Navajo too, but these are left hand and right hand. Right hand was good mind and left hand was bad mind, right? Now, left hand was deformed. He had some type of scaly skin, or pale skin, yellow hair, blue eye, and good mind had copper tone skin, looked like a Native American, brown hair, brown eye. But they killed their mother through childbirth by biting his way out because he was evil, right? And they planted their mother buried their mother in a mound, and corn's bean squash grew from her burial. And it's the same with the Mayans. The twins down there, they buried their father's head. Instead, they went down to the underworld to get their father, and they came back with his head and planted it, and corn grew from him. Now, my tribe, the Haudenosaunee, were down in Central America at one point, because of the Ice Age. We began here, and there was an Ice Age in North America that pushed most of the natives down there. So that's where we got our corn from, and it makes sense that our stories are similar to theirs. But anyway, these boys had special powers that their grandmother, Sky Woman, taught them. Because remember, in the first part, that these giants, they're giants, right? And they grow quick, and they live forever, and they have powers. They can create things at will, right? So she taught them how to do this, right? And they created all the good. The good twin created all the good things, and the bad twin created all the bad things. It was like good and evil. So good twin would create a flower, bad twin would put thorns on it. Good twin created like the insects and the pretty ones, the butterflies and the caterpillars, and the bad twin created worms and maggots and stuff like that. Good twin created the good looking animals, bad twin created reptiles and all that. So when they got to us, right, the good twin created us. Now they made us from the clay, and they say they added some of th- their spirit, that they breathe spirit into us. They made us, right, from the clay, and they added some of their blood, they say. And the way I was told is they plug our nose and they breathed in through our mouth, and our eyes began to click open and our legs began to kick, and they set us down. My uncle told me that we got cooked in the sun, and some were burned and some were undercooked. The ones that were burned and undercooked got chucked to the other side of Turtle Island. Now this Turtle Island is growing, and they created the trees and all this other stuff, these beautiful landscapes, right? But when they created us, we are the good mind's creation. They made us, and he set us down. Well, he tossed the yellow man, the white man, and the black man to the other side of Turtle Island where his brother was. His brother, left hand, his name is Flint, and the good mind, his brother is Sapling. Flint was jealous of Sapling because Sky Woman favored Sapling because Flint killed his mother through childbirth, right? So he was jealous of his brother. So when good Sapling chucked the humans that he didn't favor, right, to the other side of Turtle Island, the bad mind found them, right, one at a time, and he told them different things. He said, "Oh, I'm your god, no other god. You're gonna bow down to me." He tried to make humans. He couldn't. He made monsters. He made the primates, and he made half man, half dog head, half cat head, half animal head beings. That's what he made, was monsters to scare the humans, right? But he told the humans different things, and that's why on that side of the world they have different religions and all that. They're all praying to one God, and they said the greatest trick that devil ever pulled was convincing the Abrahamic religions that they were God, and it's true. He tricked them. So he told them that we're praying to the devil, and we pray to both beings, good mind and bad mind, right? Creation is good and evil. We pray to all things in creation. But yeah, they told us the original instructions, and creator said that he this land is for us, and this is how you heal yourself. This is corn, beans, and squash. You're gonna survive off of this. You know, he made us. We were so small we could fit inside of his hand. That's how big they were. It's not that we were small. We were bigger than we were now, but that's how big they were. We had to be like 15 feet tall, and that's how huge they were. We could still fit in their hand, because the further you go back, the bigger we were. But yeah, yo, it's a it's a long story. I think I'll have to break this up into sections, but that's just part two for now.